Rob, and Governor Ralph Northam told us that there are now 67 cases statewide, and as you mentioned, just minutes after learning the case total, we learned from the state health commissioner there are 9 in Central Virginia, and one of them being the case of the extended care facility. We have since learned that is Westminster Canterbury in Richmond, and officials there say it is a resident who got sick after traveling to Florida. They say that person is in the hospital, and anyone who may have come into contact with that individual is being self-quarantined. Now, in terms of testing people for the virus, the state currently has the capability between 300 to 400 tests, and they say private labs are trying to increase their testing capabilities as well. And as we said, 67 cases confirmed right now. The state says they're awaiting 48 other tests for results at the state lab, and then other ones in those private labs. Another thing of note from today's press conference was they are now saying that some of the cases in the state are examples of community spread, meaning they can't figure out how someone got the virus. They can't link it to travel to a hotspot or getting in contact with someone who already has the virus. As a result, Governor Ralph Northam introducing some new guidelines to help stop the spread of the virus. The biggest one being following the federal guidelines of capping any public gatherings at 10 people. And Governor Northam says he realizes this might be tough for things like bars and restaurants, recommending they move to a takeout option. Another guideline that Northam introduced was that anyone who is 65 or older should self-quarantine. And Northam says he knows that these are big asks of people, but say these are required. They are needed to help flatten the curve, as you have heard the expression, and help slow the spread of the coronavirus.
It is critical that we all think not of ourselves at this time, but of others. Young and healthy people may think this won't affect them, but I hope they will think of their parents and their grandparents. And I urge everyone to think of their neighbors, their communities. Public health relies on every individual making responsible decisions. We all have a responsibility to each other. We can and will get through this difficult time, but we must work together.
Now, regarding the cap of 10 people for gatherings, Northam realizes that many businesses might be laying people off because they just don't have the customers coming in, and he's trying to make it easier for them to get unemployment insurance, and says that he is waiving the 1-week waiting period required to get those benefits so that people get them sooner. Northam also announcing that all DMVs in the state will be closed to the public. People can still access services online. He says if your license is expiring in the next little bit, you will get a 60-day cushion. And again, one thing that Northam did say regarding these guidelines is that right now they are guidelines. He says that he is more of a carrot than a stick individual, and he hopes people will follow these. But he added he is talking with the Attorney General and Legal Counsel about the need of enforcing these requirements. Working for you in Richmond, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.